Hi guys, I'm Jo. The aim of this video is to give you some understanding of county court claims and how they come about. The one thing I will say about any claim, it doesn't matter who it's for or what it's about, if you do ignore it, it will lead to a county court judgment, so please listen carefully. There are two types of cases brought in the county court, those brought by the original creditor and those brought by a debt buyer. The majority of cases brought are by debt buyers. It's big business for them. They buy old defunct debts for peanuts and hope that a debtor may well just cough up and pay the amount originally owed. So I'm going to deal with debt buying cases first, and then I will deal with those cases brought by an original creditor. Debt buyers purchase debts in bulk. They are normally credit cards, store cards, mobile phone contracts, old bank debts, etc. In the majority of cases, what they actually purchase is a list comprising of names, addresses, account numbers and amounts. It's nothing more than that. They don't have the documents to support these debts. They don't have any records of any transactions. They simply purchase a list. The onus is on a claimant to prove a debt and to show that a defendant does in fact owe the money alleged. Now, in most cases, debt buyers do not have documents, they don't have records, and ultimately they are unable to prove that a claimant is entitled to recover as is alleged in any court proceedings. Now, the first warning you should get that you may face a claim at some point in the future is a default notice showing that you've defaulted in any payments. This will be from the original creditor. However, you've got to bear in mind that once the debt is sold, the original creditor has absolutely nothing to do with it at all. You can nearly always guarantee that claims issued by debt buyers will be issued out of the County Court Business Centre in Northampton, more commonly known as the Northampton Bulk Centre. Right, so this is a claim form. This is what it looks like. They used to be blue, but more recently they tend to be photocopied grey pieces of paper. Now, the top left-hand side will have the name of the claimant. In the box underneath that will be the name of the solicitors acting. And in the large box on the left-hand side will be what is called the particulars of claim. This sets out details of what the claim is, how much it's for, and what it relates to. Now, on the right-hand side, there is the name of the court and the claim number, and then a box called Important Note, and you should take particular care about this because within that box is the password that is needed to register with MoneyClaim online. At the bottom right-hand side of the claim form is a box which shows the total amount claimed, solicitors' costs, etc. Now, what I would say is if you get one of these forms, please do not ignore it. It is real, and if you do ignore it, it will lead to a county court judgment being entered against you. You've no idea who they are, and you've never had any correspondence from them. It's probably a debt buyer. They will have paid peanuts for it, and they will be hoping that you will make payment on receipt of the claim form. Alternatively, they will be hoping that you don't respond to the claim form at all and that they get judgment in default. The one thing they don't want you to do is defend it. The one thing you shouldn't do if you get a claim form is panic. Take a chill pill and let's look at what you're actually dealing with. The important information is contained within the particulars of claim, and that will give you some indication as to the strength of any case or whether or not a claim may in actual fact be statute barred. They should give you the start date of any agreement, the default date, and the date a debt was sold. Sadly, not all particulars of claim explain everything in detail, and a lot of it is guesswork. So, the first thing you check is the date you last made a payment. This is important because if it's more than 6 years ago, then the claim is statute barred and the claim should not have been brought in the first place. It may take some hunting to find the information, but it's a worthwhile exercise. You need to find that information because it needs to be dealt with when you're doing your defence. Right, now we need to get down to the practicalities of how to deal with this claim form. And the first thing you need to do is to register with MoneyClaim online. Now, you need to register first before you can deal with this particular case, so make sure you do that. To register, you get a 12-digit passcode for your government gateway ID, and you need to keep that safe. So once you're in, the first step is the acknowledgement of service. So you use the claim number and password to log into MoneyClaim. You need to register that you are responding to a claim, and then when you get in, you'll be given a list of options. The first one is to choose the acknowledgement of service, which is a box on the right hand side. Click on AOS or Acknowledgement of Service. You then need to tick the box which says I intend to defend all of the claim. Do not make any admissions or part admissions at all. You then submit the form. Now the Acknowledgement of Service should be done within 14 days of receipt of the claim form, and it is vital, so that the claim proceeds correctly, that you do this as soon as possible. Okay, so we've done the acknowledgement of service, so what's next? Well, quite simply, we need to write to the claimant or their solicitors if they have them, which they usually do, and request proof of the debt, both the original debt and the right of the debt buyer to bring a claim against you. It's not an easy task. They don't often reply, but we have to do it anyway. The claimant should be given 7 days in which to respond to your request for proof of documentation, which means that you should have a response before you file your defence. Okay, first off, do not forget your defence. It is the most important document to prevent a judgment being entered against you. It must be filed within 14 days of the acknowledgement of service. Without fail, there is no exception. If you do not do it within that time, then the claimant can and will enter judgment against you. Any defence is a carefully worded document to take into account your own situation. This includes whether or not a claim is statute barred. Not every claim is the same, and relying on template defences can be dangerous without specific guidance. So, to file your defence, you need to go back to MoneyClaim online and log in using your gateway ID and then the claim number and password. You click the button that says defence, and then you copy and paste the defence into that box and then press submit. There can, however, sometimes be a problem with MoneyClaim online, and that is why you should leave sufficient time to be able to email it to the court should this happen to you. You then sit back and wait to hear from the court. If you get a claim form from an original creditor dealing directly with the person who alleges you owe money, you need to think very carefully about how you're going to proceed And if you do acknowledge the debt, then it would be wise to contact the creditor in advance of any judgment being entered and try and negotiate a repayment plan. If the claim is disputed, then clearly you need independent advice as to your particular circumstances and how to proceed further with it. I just want to say thank you for watching. I hope the explanations you've been given give some understanding as to the claims process. There's so much more to it, including county court judgments, but those will be done under other videos. So once again, thank you guys.